Hi Gemini, welcome to your Spirit Guided Energy Focus reading. I am Cheryl, this is Spirit Mail, and we're going to check out what's going on in your health and wellness, what's going on with your career and money, and because you did get a love reading last week, we're going to find out what's going on with family, friends, and co-workers, but we will not be adding love. Okay, God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Gemini. Show us clearly what energies will they be navigating in the weeks to come as it relates to health and wellness, as it relates to career, money, and as it relates to family, friend, and coworker relationships. We thank you for clear and concise messages. Thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. In health and wellness, you have the universe. In career and money, you have triumph. And in family, friends, and coworkers, we have emotional withdrawal. Okay, so before we pull the clarifiers, we're going to that was John Holland's Psychic Tarot. It is an oracle deck, and I'm fixing to pull an overall theme from Colette Baron Reed's Enchanted Map. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us clearly what is the overall message, the overall theme for our friends born under the sign of Gemini as it relates to this reading. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay, guys, if any of these energies feel familiar to you, I want to remind you that we are in a Mercury retrograde. This retrograde is taking place under the season of Pisces, or in the season of Pisces, which is a very deep emotional type sign, right? So if any of these, like this, in family, friends, and coworkers, there's some things that are triggering you that you thought you had overcome, then it's just Mercury retrograde saying, look at it again. We just want to be sure. Do you have resolve with it? Reassess it, reevaluate it, that kind of stuff. Okay, so your overall energy is Field of Dreams. That's your theme. That's the theme for your reading, Field of Dreams. I love it. Okay, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Gentle Gardener to some extent, but it has a different message. It is also the same number, 2121. This is the Divine Feminine, the number for the Divine Feminine. See that very strong line down there at the bottom of the 2? That the Divine Feminine is very solid. She's very balanced. She's very sure-footed, right? But she has the ability to bend down in a very graceful way. It reminds me of a swan. Bend down to be able to help those who need help. She's resilient. Whenever something happens, she's able to bend down, take care of it, and get back up. Things like that. And the 1 is about creating. When you put the 2, your divine feminine energy, and this is not gender specific. This is even you guys have this energy within you. So whenever you take the 2 and the 1 and you add them together, you get the 3. And for me, 3 is like a holy collaboration. It is creator, it is your spirit team, and it is you. Your holy collaboration, and it changes things in your life. It changes, it moves you from one cycle to the next. It's deep understandings, deep truths, right? And then you have the Field of Dreams with the same number, okay, as your overall theme. So let's read it and see what it talks about. So the Field of Dreams, your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your life. Wow. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the Gentle Gardener. Okay, so who's the Gentle Gardener? That is your higher self, your spirit guides. So be clear about your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. Concentrate on your best life regardless of the temporary outer conditions imposed upon you by the greater world, which has its own story to tell. You have a basket full of seeds that are quite powerful, for your talents are divinely inspired and will indeed lead to a great harvest to be shared with others. You will reap what you have sown. Dream big, dream beautiful, take action, and tend to the garden of your life and experience the extraordinary. Okay, so the seeds in our life are the thoughts that we allow to plant in our heads. Thoughts can come in willy-nilly, but we have to decide, are we going to allow them to unearth and make their house in the earth of us and then grow back out? Or are we going to reject them? Not a good seed, not a good seed. But seeds or thoughts are like seeds planted in our minds and make their way into our heart. That's the earth of us. I know I'm weird. Okay. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show me clearly what are the clarifiers. Clarify these energies for us as it relates to Gemini. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly, why are we looking at universe as it relates to health and wellness? Why are we looking at triumph as it relates to career and money? And what about emotional loss as it relates to family, friends, and coworker relationships? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us clearly what is the meat of the message. Okay, clarifying universe. We have the Empress. Clarifying triumph as far as work and money goes, we have death. And clarifying, clarifying emotional withdrawal with family, friends, and coworkers, we have another 8 of Swords. Okay, that's a double 8 right there. So I think it's very cool to really look at this in your health and wellness. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cutting my head off. That bothers me. I'm a weirdo. In the health and wellness, we have major arcana, major arcana. Major arcana being clarified with the major arcana. In career and money, we have major arcana being clarified with major arcana. And in family, friends, and coworker relationships, we have 2 8s. Okay. So let's dig into this. This was my very first deck that I ever got, and I got it because I connected with this right here. Perhaps I was ready to pull change into my life. That's why I connected with this. But this is the universe, right? Again, there's that divine feminine, and then the one, which is create, which is do, or the action taker, whatever. And you add them together and you get the holy collaboration, you and spirit guide and your creator. And it truly does change your world. So if you're not at a place yet where things are changing for you, I feel like Spirit's saying, we're all here ready to incorporate this change in your life. We want you to understand that you can co-create this with us, that your thoughts matter, that it's you basically that guides this ship. It's you basically that decides where we're going to go. It's you basically that decides. And it's funny that I say that and I keep seeing that 3 of fire with where they talk about surrendering. And it's like we decide what we want and then Spirit moves us toward that, right? So here is your clarifier. Spirit saying, not only do you decide, but you have everything within you to be able to bring this into fruition. They want you to understand your power as the birther of things that you have in your mind, the ability to take it out of your mind and bring it into the vast field of pure potential that brings it into your reality. This is the Empress, right? She is, again, another feminine energy. So we got feminine energy, feminine energy. Guys, this does not mean this reading is not for you. This means that Spirit's saying, pull in those creative parts of yourself. Look, check in the feel of your feels as you move forward. What really lines up with who you are. Be true to who you are. Nurture yourself. Value yourself. We talk about all the time that women bow down to their families and their friends. They sacrifice their lives for so many other people, and then they reach mid age and they're like, where did my life go? Who am I? I've been a mama. I'm somebody's mom. I'm somebody's wife. I'm somebody's sister. I'm somebody's daughter. But who am I? Right? We get to this place where we're like, what is this? But men do the same thing. Not all men, but some men do the same thing. They think their sole purpose when they get married or they start a family, they think their sole purpose is provision. So they get out there and they work hard and they make sure they bring that paycheck home. So and that's very stereotypical. I can hear my kids saying it right now. But for the most part, our culture is still that way. That guys will go out there and they, especially people my age, they spend their lives being a paycheck. They become the paycheck. They're no longer a husband, a dad. They're no longer a son or a father or a brother. They are a paycheck. That's how they feel. So it's not, women don't have the market on overgiving. Men do that too, just in a different way. So they're saying, tap into the feels of who you are. Tap into the emotion of your true being, your inner being, and realize your ability to create from that space, right? And then, this is crazy. Then we have this triumph. Okay, so I think this reading is for everybody, but I feel like there's a couple of guys out there that this is going to really, really, this message is really hitting home for. And I don't normally always, and I say guys, maybe the masculine energy, I feel like it's really about some of you freeing yourselves to be who you truly are. Because this is in career and money. It's fast movement forward, but here's the difference. Look, he's holding this red flag. So he's passionate about what he's doing. So whether you're female or male, this is about moving forward in something that you truly want to do. It truly lights you up. It resonates with the very core of who you are. And again, I'm hearing this for you guys. You're not just a paycheck. You are somebody who has ideas and dreams and visions. And Spirit's saying, move forward in that so you can be fulfilled in who you are. Look, and this is transformational for you. This is something that is going to help you to. I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a guy get up, put on his work boots or his work shoes or his tie or whatever, and go to work. And it's like it's the same thing day in and day out and day in and day out, and there's no change. And every now and then he'll go out with his buddies and drink too much, and then he'll come home and sleep it off and wake up the next day with a headache and start all over again. And it's just back and forth and back and forth. And guys, I don't know, but Spirit's saying, whenever you tap into what you want, think about you. Think about you and what you want. Listen, I have this conversation all the time, and 90% of the time I feel like I'm talking to women, but today I really think I'm talking to some guys out there. There is something that you have been denying yourself, that you have been, and I'm not saying this message isn't for women, because it is for you too. It's for people in general, but there's a group of you guys out there that really, really, really need to hear this. So they're saying, whenever you're going to be able to move forward in this Yeah. Okay. So whenever you're going to be able to move forward, whenever you allow yourself permission to be who you are, to do the kind of work that really lights you up, you're gonna see yourself moving forward in a way that you've never moved forward before. Truly, it is going to be transformational for you as a person. And whenever that happens, we see ourselves differently, we feel ourselves differently, and people respond to us differently. And our coins get better because people are responding to us differently. It's really, really weird, but they're bringing me back to this card, and it's all about us looking at the vast potential that's out there, based on who we are, based on okay, this is for a very small group of people, and mostly my age and older, and maybe some that are a little younger, but mostly my age and older. Whenever you were coming up, you had to go to school, uh, graduate. Some of us, you had to go to college, get that degree, then you had to go to work and work for the same company for the rest of your life until you got a watch. But none of it was ever fulfilling for you, and it still is not fulfilling to you to this day. And I feel like Spirit's saying, tap into that. And whenever I say divine feminine, I'm not saying go get metrosexual or anything like that. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, there is a creative side of you. There's a right brain side of you. There's a creative side of you. There's this feeling the feels side of you when you allow yourself to feel that. And from that, creation takes place. When you allow yourself to feel things, you can be inspired to create something that is of value to you, and in turn becomes of value to others. And you get up excited to go about your day and move forward in this passion to bring out to the world, whether it's the customers in your neighborhood or the kids you teach or whatever it is. You move forward in it with passion and determination and purpose. And it truly is transformational. You're no longer waiting at the clock with your lunch pail at 4:15 so that you can clock out at 4:30. That's no longer the deal for you, because now you're doing something that matters. So with family, friends, and coworkers, you have emotional withdrawal. Y'all, this is the Eight of Cups. This is where we leave behind those things that don't serve us. Sometimes we allow people to cause us to feel obligated to be that robotic person who just does what he has to do day in and day out so he can be the paycheck. Again, this is not gender specific, but I feel like a large part of this message is for a very small group of guys out there. So we set aside the things that are important to us because we got to be the paycheck. And I feel like Spirit's saying, withdraw yourself from that obligation, withdraw yourself from, and I'm not saying be irresponsible with any part of your life, but allow yourself to go and find the balance. Whoever these people are that have you feeling, and again, I feel like this is for an older group, so I don't feel like there's small kids involved. I feel like maybe you might be taking care of a couple of your adult kids or something like that. But I think that's why Spirit's saying, withdraw yourself from the obligations that are not yours. Withdraw yourself and go inside and figure out what is it that fills you up. Are you going to be willing to leave behind the things that don't serve you? I'm sorry, guys. And go find your two cups, right? Are you going to follow the nudge of the gentle gardener? Because I feel like something's been speaking to you inside. And there's your clarifier. See, you feel trapped right now. You feel trapped and obligated. And again, I feel like the majority, the biggest part of this message is for a very small group of people. And the majority of those people are men or more masculine, focused energies who think they have to bring home the bacon, be the paycheck, all that other stuff. And it's like you numb yourself to any of your desires and wants. You just go do what you got to do to get it done. And Spirit's saying this is a trap you've put yourself in, and you're not even really trapped, because truly you can walk straight out of this. Look, you can walk straight out of this. This red cloak right here, that's long time traditional beliefs of this is your role. And Spirit's saying, go within. Figure out what lines up with you and who you are. Figure out what it is you want. Figure out who it is you are, right? Get in touch with yourself, and then leave behind those things that don't serve you, and understand that you can drop this cloak off, and you can take that blindfold off. And whenever you take that blindfold off, you realize you can walk right out of there. And again, I'm not talking about necessarily leaving a family. It could be leaving a job. It could, it's a general message, and there's such a lot of you out there. You're going to have to apply it where it fits. But Gemini, this is pretty, it's like Spirit's wanting to help you do some really transformational things for yourself. I feel like Spirit's saying, Gemini, you matter. What you want in this world matters. What you came here to do originally, it matters. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Gemini. Show us clearly what is the PS. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Okay, so I feel like Spirit's saying, don't focus on the lost opportunities. This card makes me feel like they might have come to you. You might have had that urge a long time ago to go a different direction in your career, or to go a different direction with your life, or whatever. And I feel like Spirit's saying, don't focus on those lost opportunities. Take this cloak off. See that same cloak, wearing the same cloak. Take that cloak off and bury those lost opportunities, and turn around and pick up those 2 cups. Look, again, it's 2 cups. It's 2 cups. This is the 8 of water. It's the same as the 8 of cups. There's 2 cups missing. And in both cases, all you got to do is turn around and go find them. Turn around and go in a different direction. You're going to be bucking your own belief systems here. This is about tradition. This is about constructs. This is about, again, especially people my age and older, and you were brought up to think that you go to work, you get out of school, you go to work, and you work there for however long, and then whenever you're done, you get a gold-plated watch, and they say thank you, and you go on with your life. You retire, and you think, who am I? And I feel like Spirit's saying that's a tradition that you don't have to wait till it's retirement time. You're probably close to retirement right now, but you're not required to wait till that time. There's a way for you to be who you came here to be now. And you're going to be questioning your very own belief systems about all of this. And there's that Empress. See, there she is again. And I feel like what they're saying is, again, this doesn't have to be just male. I feel very strong masculine energy, that this is being directed at a very strong masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be just male. There's this thing, right? This thing that's been growing inside of you that wants to come out, and you may already be in touch with it. That might be why this card came up, because you are in touch with it, and you've had a few times where you could have probably done that, or made some kind of change for yourself, and you chose not to because you were worried about the paycheck that you're required to bring home to the people that you're obligated to. And Spirit's saying, but it's growing now, and it's you're at a place where it's ready to be birthed in your life. You're at a place where it's right there. All you have to do is push. Sorry, it's not funny, but I just heard a gynecologist say, push. All you gotta do is push. Be ready, because it's right there. It's ready for you, and you have the ability to bring it into your reality. You have the ability to live this life, to change your own world, right? To transform. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with who you are in work, to be able to transform who you are in work. A complete transformation, to die to the way that you thought things were supposed to be done, and do it the way that fills you up, so that whenever you walk with purpose, Gemini. You get out there and you do it, and you do it in a way that people understand that this is who you are, and they see that. They see you living your truth, and they see you loving yourself and respecting and honoring yourself, and they in turn love and honor and respect you too. Okay, guys, that's your reading, and until next time, go out and have a super duper day. Bye.